Racists go home.
Racists go home.
And the name-calling blares on with nothing to back it up. Well, Trump haters, have you put much research or even logical thought into your claims of Donald Trump's supposed xenophobia? I know it's a big word and it's fun to use, but why is it that Trump made this statement in the first place?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people. But I speak to border guards, and they tell us what we're getting. And it only makes common sense. It only makes common sense. They're sending us not the right people. It's coming from more than Mexico. It's coming from all over South and Latin America, and it's coming probably from the Middle East.
Could this have something to do with it? Last year, the Washington Times reported that more than 100 immigrants whom the Obama administration released back into the community went on to be charged with subsequent killings. And in 2015 alone, over 30,000 illegals from countries of terrorist concern crossed the United States southwestern border. That was last year, clowns. Do you actually think denying those facts as they get buried by the dying lamestream media solves the problem?
You're going to take this and probably spin it, right?
As many as 20 Americans are killed by unlicensed drivers per day, the bulk of which are drivers in the United States illegally. Most of these manslaughter cases barely see any jail time because of their illegal immigration status.
As I started to testify, Sacramento, Los Angeles Police Commission, all I was hearing was, well, you know, these people work, they contribute, they have to take their kids to school. Like that was a reason that it was okay that they killed people. And every year, just driving, they kill about 3,000 people, which of course never makes it in the press anywhere. Most newspapers now don't even give the license or immigration status when they kill somebody.
All Mexicans rapists.
Wrong.
No, he has.
Wrong.
Someone
pull it up. I don't know.
How dare Donald Trump refer to illegal aliens as rapists, right? Wrong. Just last month, the website ncfire.info, short for North Carolinians for Immigration Reform and Enforcement, a website that simply tallies North Carolina child rape crimes, reported that in July of 2016, last month, 117 innocent North Carolina children were sexually abused by these guys, the same guys the anti-Trumpers claim don't exist. In December of 2013, 89 illegals committed 575 acts of sexual abuse on American children in 1 month alone. If North Carolina serves as the bellwether, can you imagine what's happening in states like California and Texas? And now, as the Washington Free Beacon reported, Sunni extremists are infiltrating the United States with the help of alien smugglers in South America and are crossing U.S. borders with ease, according to a U.S. South Command intelligence report. The command's J2 Intelligence Directorate reported recently in internal channels that special interest aliens are working with a known alien smuggler network in Latin America to reach the United States. If you superimpose these facts on the anti-Trump protesters' concerns, at the end of the day, it's nothing less than a display of treason. Treason fueled by disinformation, insulting the memory of defenseless Americans killed and or raped by the very illegal aliens these delusional leftists continue to defend. But all of that horror aside, anti-Trump protesters, you just keep on ignoring the mushrooming epidemic of unreported child rapes by illegals, the unwarranted deaths of your fellow citizens, and the coming jihad that will eventually claim you or someone you know if the real Americans protecting your hide don't do something about it. Because the rest of us are working towards a day when you will have to answer to your ignorance.
I'm a senior citizen, and I don't believe in dirty, filthy, lying politics.
Okay, so who are you going to vote for? Can I ask you who you're going to vote for?
You can count on it. I'm voting for Hillary Clinton.
Hold on, folks. She just said she's against lying, corrupt politicians, but she's voting for Hillary Clinton.
Joe Biggs here with Infowars.com. Now, this is going to be a follow-up report on something that I covered earlier this week on Monday. Now, Monday, I was actually sent a tweet, a picture of something that kind of really caught my eye. It was from a soldier inside of an OPSEC briefing at a military compound. Now, in this picture, it lists Hillary Clinton and David Petraeus as examples of insider security threats. Now, we both know that these two individuals have been involved in scandals regarding the mishandling of classified information. It says in an article up by the Daily Caller, a leaked Army operational security brief appears to show Democratic presidential nominee Hillary Clinton and CIA Director David Petraeus listed as two key examples of potential insider threats. The brief, marked unclassified, lists service members Nidal Hasan, Chelsea Manning, Edward Snowden, and Aaron Alexis as examples of threats. During her time at the Department of State, Clinton conducted official government business via a private email address on a private email server. Now, none of these emails should have been on any kind of unclassified system, but their presence is especially concerning because of all these emails were housed on unclassified personal servers, not even supported by full-time security staff. Now, I was in the Army for 10 years. I had a security clearance. And in that time, when you go to these OPSEC briefs, which is operational security, you are told not to bring your cell phone into these classified areas, into these secure locations, which house classified material, because they don't want any of that getting out. They don't want you taking pictures. They don't want you to have any kind of recording devices that might capture a conversation, because of the information and the importance of that information in national security. And we've seen how careless Hillary Clinton is with it, how Director Comey of the FBI came out and laid out every reason why she broke the law, and yet nothing's being done. Meanwhile, David Petraeus had a few binders of classified information stored in a unsecured storage bin, and he had to plead to misdemeanor charges. Meanwhile, she's deleted over just tons of emails. 30,000 emails have been recovered, 19,000 which were deleted, and they are trying to recover now that are going to have damning information on that. But if I would have done something like this, if any other soldier in the military would have leaked this kind of information, they would go to Fort Leavenworth. They would have been court-martialed. They would have received UCMJ action. So I put out this report, and we titled Army Slide, found showing how Hillary Clinton is being used as this prime example. And a lot of people mocked us and said, oh, that's a fake slide. That's not real. Well, guess what? Here it is 2 days later, and the Army Times has now come out with an article. It says, Army pulls training slide listing Clinton Petraeus as the examples of insider security threats. It says a PowerPoint training slide listing former Secretary of State and General Petraeus, among others, was in use for 18 months at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, before Army officials pulled it out of circulation. The image includes photos of Clinton and Petraeus along with Major Nidal Hasan, who was the guy behind the Fort Hood shooting. The slide came to the attention of the Army late Monday afternoon, the same time that I put out a video exposing this. Now, I've got a few buddies who are still in the military, and they send me pictures all the time and updates and documents and briefings of what they're hearing. And a lot of people thought that this was BS. Now, here we have the Army coming out and telling us that this is, in fact, a real slide that was being used for 18 months. And now they're going to pull Hillary Clinton's picture off of it. We know she broke the law. We know that she mishandled classified information. But I would go to jail. Other soldiers would go to jail. Other people within the government would be in jail right now. But this woman can get away with everything. And you expect her to run our country? You expect her to be the leader of the free world when she can't even handle classified information, the same kind of information that, if exposed, can cause a huge security threat for America. I hope everybody watching this right now is completely and totally pissed off, because I am. The fact that this woman could be running right now for president and be in the lead in the polls, it's completely and totally out of control. America, wake up and stay tuned for more reports as we expose the corruption that is Hillary Clinton. The fact that she is the epitome of evil. This has been Joe Biggs with Infowars.com. Stay tuned for more reports.